Hi, welcome to Azariah's Fiber Arts. My name is Sarah, and I am the artist and designer behind Azariah's Fiber Arts. Hit the like or subscribe button anytime while you're watching. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about staple links. This is a spinning term. We talk about staple links often in spinning, but it does affect a finished yarn as well. So staple length is how long a fiber is from its cut end to its natural end. Okay, you can see this one's still got the dirt in it. So this is some wool from down the street. This is sheep's wool. They are Southdown baby doll crossed with, I can never remember what, because they do a different cross like every other year. So the Southdowns are the U's, and that's the ones that they keep. And it's actually at NMSU. So from cut end to natural end is the staple length. Now, staple length matters is important because that is what can cause pilling. If the staple length is short, like this one's a very short staple length. See, just a little bit here compared to this. I can't pull that any further apart. These I probably could. Yeah, a little bit. I can feel, when I pull here, I can feel them pulling in here. So they're about half as long as this. This is bison. Bison is short because it's the undercoat. They don't get shorn so much as they get combed. Yak are the same way. Both of these are very fine, short fibers. The shorter the fiber, the more it's going to pill. This is even shorter than the bison. That's about it right there. Shorter fibers will cause peeling. That is why merino pills. Merino's slightly shorter than this here. There are longer staple length wools. I'd love to knit and crochet with them. I don't enjoy spinning with them as much, so I don't have any of those to show you. The long staple length I have to show you is silk. You see that? Look. That is long staple length. The longer the staple length, the more practice it's going to take to spin it. But staple length is important because it contributes to the resiliency, the abrasion. What's the word I'm looking for? How much abrasion it can withstand in a finished yarn. So from cut end to natural end, staple length. It's how long it is. Cotton is another one with a shorter staple length. I'm sure you've seen the cotton bolls. We have them growing here in southern New Mexico. It's one of the crops, so we quite often see them on the side of the road. And it looks like a cotton ball, like you would buy it at the store in a bag, except it's a plant. And so think of the staple length that's going to be in that, because it doesn't grow in a swirl in that. It just grows kind of like this. Imagine this was cotton in a plant, and so it's a shorter staple length there again. Silk staple length is not necessarily always consistent because there's different kinds of silk. And this one is not marked with anything more than silk. So I can't tell you exactly what kind of silk it is. Based on how long the staple length is, I would assume that it's not the kind where the worm gets to turn into the moth inside the cocoon and then come out, because those are going to have much shorter staple lengths because the moth has come through the cocoon, which has cut all of those strands. And as you can see, these aren't cut. So this is quite possibly a type of reeled silk, which is where the moths don't get to come out. And the cocoons are dropped into hot water to get the sticky stuff off. And then we get the silk out. See how fine, like, so small. One strand. So soft. Extremely warm. Very durable. BFL, Blueface Leicester, has a longer staple length. Cormo has a longer staple length than Merino and will pill less. Merino is the gold standard for wool because it's so soft. It's not very durable because of that shorter staple length, because of how soft and fine of a fiber it is. If you're going to make socks and you want them to wear well, you want BFL or Cormo or Targhee even. Merino's nice for shawls and next to skin that's not going to need to be washed a lot. If you're going to put merino in a sweater, I would suggest blending it with something that's got a little bit longer of a staple length. Merino's got good memory, so it doesn't have to have a ton of memory, whatever you're blending it with, but you're looking for something with a longer staple length. And if you're unsure about the staple length or the type of yarn that you're buying, there's some great resources out there. I will put some links in the description, and you can go do some research and figure out what kind of yarn you need for your project. If this tutorial was helpful for you, please hit the like button. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, you're welcome to leave a comment below or email me, Sarah@azariasfiberarts.com. Happy making!